Happy Monday, everybody! I'm just back with some more daily numerology. Today is March 20th, 2023. In our inner world, we have a 20, which reduces down to a 2. In our outer world, we have a 12, which reduces down to a 3. So, I just want to let everybody know who happens to follow upon this video and is watching this that on Wednesday, me and Duchess, aka Nikki, we're going to do a live on her channel, and I'm actually going to do her numerology. I'm going to do her personal numbers in her chart. So if anybody's interested in seeing what that entails and seeing how it works, go check out the live on Wednesday. I'm not sure about times right now. I just have to check her notifications. And if I know tomorrow, I'll definitely let you guys know. But it should be really good. I'm really excited to do it. She's a good friend of mine. So I do know her, but actually going through all of her numbers, which I've never actually done. This is the first time I've done them. So interesting to me, just mind blowing. So if you have time on Wednesday, please check it out. And we're doing it on a Master Builder Day, on a 22, on a Master Number Day. So I'm excited about that too. It just all falls into line. Okay, so today is the 20th on our inner world, right? And this is what have I been talking about, right? New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, okay? So tomorrow is our equinox, and we've started to feel the shift in the past week, but I really start to feel it yesterday, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. You will really, it's not, like I said, the world isn't changing overnight, but you will feel a change, a shift in energy. You will, or if you haven't already, just started to feel it already, which you probably have. And that's what's going on. So as we're in that process, right? As we are beginning the shift, and then tomorrow it kind of gets over that hump, and then we start to kind of begin to live in that shift, okay? Which it's an energy you're going to feel on top of the beginning of Aries season, like I said yesterday, on top of a new moon. This is all of it is fresh, all of it. All the energy is sitting in the same place. And with that it becomes powerful. The energies, it's like a bunch of people coming together for a cause and helping that cause. It's about a bunch of energies coming together and aiding and helping make a powerful shift. Okay? I can't emphasize it enough. Obviously. But in today's energy, in the 22 in the inner world, there's a couple things it's about, okay? I talked about this yesterday, but today's about gestation, you being that seed, and really taking the time today, the patience with yourself, okay? The idea that you know how to adapt. If you can adapt to a flow, then you are definitely practicing patience. If you understand that there's a period of time to stop, look, and listen for just a moment before something is about to shift, today's the day to do that. Okay? And it's also about turning points. The 20 is about turning points, because we are practicing patience and gestation in this too, okay? And what that does is it fuels a turning point, which very well could be tomorrow or this week or even the next couple weeks. Maybe it doesn't hit everybody at the same time, but it's a turning point. We are in a turning point. Right now, the energy is about a turning point, okay? And also with the 20, right, the 2 is followed by source energy, which fuels the 2. And what this does is it allows you to look at the separateness that people experience between our physical reality and their spirit, okay? In this, what happens is the 2 works through God's source. The patient gestational 2 works through source energy, okay? And when that pause happens through source energy, we're allowed to bring into union both the physical existence and the spirit, or the source, or the soul, right? Because we are a piece of God. But what happens is the 20 is that idea of the physical form coming into union with source. And that energy today supports us turning a turning point and going into a new beginning. So, like yesterday, I had you make a fresh plan, okay? In today's energy, what you're gonna do is maybe there's something that in that plan you plan on doing today. It may not go as expected. So you have to have patience and wait on it, but know that anything that has that energy behind it today, it's meant to be that way. That a waiting period is justified in this energy, which means good things are coming to you. And what that also means is that it's telling you that when you become in union or the partnership with source, this allows you to stay in this flow, allows you to be patient today, and allows you to know and to understand that union brings a turning point. It brings a whole different aspect to it. So what I'm saying is that if we do anything in that fresh plan today, even if it's one little thing, you may come up against kind of a halt, like not being able to move forward beyond your control, like has nothing to do with you. And know that the 2 is saying to you, hey, you coming into union with source allows you to flow through this and be patient with it. And the energy of the 2 is also aiding in that patience, okay? And that could be anything that happens today. That's how I kind of see we're going to use our adaptation and our understanding of being in union with ourselves helps bring turning points. So then if anything kind of comes in our way and kind of puts us in I really want to get that done today, we come to the realization, because we have such a union and understanding, that it's happening for a better reason and we can be patient with it. Okay. And it could be a factor going forward in the new beginning. Maybe it's just things aren't lining up the way they need to line up right now. So whatever part of that fresh plan it's it's okay. And it's going to aid going forward as we start, as that wheel really starts to move us and get us somewhere. Okay. And I want to remind you that under this 20 vibration, okay, under it, we are union with ourselves, even union of spirit and matter, right? Union of spirit and matter could also be female and male energy, right? The female is of the spirit, the male can be very earthly, okay? Not all the time, but it has that entity, like the light and the dark, you know what I mean? There's just a different, they're coming together. Those energies are coming into a union. And if that's with ourselves, if that's, with another human being, what happens in that is that our love is amplified, our intuition is amplified, and the idea that we have been able to come into a balance, whether it be with ourselves or another person or both, is because of our own personal growth. And this is something that, because of the love and the intuition and the personal growth, it has allowed you to be patient, adapt, and really bring together both the spirit and the matter and bring it into a balanced union. And because of all that, anything that comes in today, you'll be able to handle and understand why it's happening and maybe able to flow instead of being ugh. Kind of just giving us a sample and an example of how we're going to proceed further. And then the outside world, we have a 12, which reduces down to a 3, which, 3 is about being creative, that reflective idea of the 3 being the birth, the sprout that we've been talking about. But it's also about being creative. And there's a couple things this 12 is doing. That 3 is reflecting back the idea that you can get creative with how you approach things. You can get creative about how you're patient with things. You can get creative about how you come into that balanced union, about what works for you. Okay. And that 3 is reflecting that back on you, just kind of like, again, supporting you in this patient turning point, gestational union energy. Okay. It's got all those aspects to it. And then the 3 is also about stopping, looking, listening. I'm actually myself, the month of March has been a 12-3 personal month for myself. And what this is about is it wants you to observe. The 12 wants you to observe and reflect. Things will take care of themselves. So what it's telling you is that on the outside, it's reminding you not only of your creativity, okay? But it's also reminding you what happens when you have the intention to stop, observe, and reflect instead of pushing things forward, right? It's on the outside because it's reminding you that with the intention to do so, what happens is that stop, looking and listening, observing is reflecting back on if you hit a wall today. And it's allowing you to be patient instead of pushing through something that shouldn't be pushed. It's like the idea of, I'm looking for a house. And I'm not looking for a house, but I'm going to go look for a house. And I come upon this house and it has almost everything on the list. One of the major things being price is not on the list. The price is out of range. And I wanted a second full bathroom, and it has a second half bathroom. And, I didn't want a huge yard to take care of, but this has a huge yard. But then everything else on the list is taken care of. And you're like, you know what? Like, when you don't need the house right away, but you're like, I really like it. And like, even though it doesn't have these things, I can deal with it. And so you're so like gung-ho about the house that you settle. And then what happens is you settled on that purchase, and then down the road, things start coming up that you just keep hitting wall after wall after wall. And that was because you didn't stop, listen, and observe before pushing forward. That's what the 12 on the outside is about. And so that's reflecting back on you today, reminding you that you have the ability to do that. You have the adaptability in the 2 to handle that today. And to remind you to just stop, look, and listen. That's it. And taking that energy and applying it to your inner world today. And knowing that, I made this phone call off my fresh plan today and I didn't get a hold of anybody. Or the person I needed to talk to wasn't available. Or I talked to the person that was available, but they said that we have to wait so much time before we can do X, Y, and Z. Okay. Don't let it frustrate you. Know that it's for the bigger picture. Know that it's going down the line. Know that as we start to turn our wheel, it's going to help, not hinder. Okay? Just remember that. The 12 is reminding you have the ability. The 20 on the inner world is saying through your love, intuition, and personal growth, you are able to do it. And you are also able to understand the union of the spirit and the matter. And because of that, through the love, intuition, and personal growth, we come to that union, again, within ourselves and with other people. And that union aids in our turning point and our adaptability. I hope you guys have an amazing Monday, and we equinox it up tomorrow. Like, comment, whatever you guys want to do, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.